Hello everybody, I'm getting just a little bit of shop time tonight. I got something to work on. Let me show you real quick. This is a cooler out of one of my cooler boxes. And what I found is on this one, you can't really see it too well, but there's a little foam insulation in here to kind of help keep the cooler, keep the ice from melting. And there was some of that foam was still around the back of this, the insert for the cooler. And because of that, I was unable to get a good seal. Because when I squeezed the rubber ring that I made tight, all those little, gaps from the foam allowed it to leak. So what I'm going to do is make a new rubber ring, something like that, and I'll make probably two of them because it's relatively thin, and I want to make sure I can really squeeze, when I tighten that down, really squeeze it together. And I've got some clear RTV sealant. Sorry about the bad camera shots there. And I'll seal all around there and put that in, and this sealant will seal up any gaps that there are. Now I've taken a screwdriver and cleaned that off with a flat blade as best as I can, and it feels pretty good when you reach in there and feel it. So I think it's going to be okay. I'm going to go ahead and use one of these fittings. I'm just going to redo the fittings, and I'll put the two washers that I make on there, sealing first, then a washer, then sealing and a second washer, and then more sealing to make sure that everything is tight. I'll crank this down on there, and then I've got this one, which I'll just take this, I'll use this washer, I'll just take it off. It will go into the spigot, and I'll just cut a little piece of pipe long enough to go between the two of them and put that in with some of the PVC cement. So it should work pretty well. Once I get done with that, I'm hoping that my time doesn't end out here and I have a little more time because I would like to work on some of these pins. I don't really expect to turn a pin tonight, but I've got a couple of pins that I got to get prepped up to the point of being ready to turn. I've got the two over here I showed you last night, the money blank and the U of L blank. I need to get those barrel trimmed, or actually I probably do them on the sander, the belt sander. Need to get them ready to go, and then a couple of the other pins I want to make, I want to go ahead and get them cut and tubed and ready to go. And there's a little bit of prep work. Like on one of them, I've got to take a kit apart, and I need to see, do I have new tubes that I can cut, or do I need to clean those tubes off? I got little things like that, but I'm just going to kind of do prep work. And and the reason why is I want to be in the right frame of mind for turning. I just don't want to jump in and turn just to turn, because I want to, especially like this Acrylester blank. Now the Alumilite from Zach Higgins, I know how that stuff turns, and if my tool is sharp, it's a no-brainer. But the Acrylester I've never turned before, so I want to take my time, and I want to be in the right frame of mind, and I want to be ready to turn. So we're not going to get in a hurry, so I think we'll just prep for tonight. I will keep you guys posted on what I get done. I made a little progress, and then I had to go take a break for dinner. But let me show you what I got set up to get ready to turn here over the next couple of days. If you're following me on Instagram or Facebook, you probably have already seen this part, but I'm going to go ahead and show it for this video anyway. First up, I've got this piece of juniper that I'm going to be turning. That's from John LaCourse. I've got a blank here that Bobby Ward sent me way back in October, and it's a piece of cholla cactus, and he has put it in resin, so that's going to be really interesting. I've never turned cholla before, so I'm looking forward to that. These were sent to me quite a while back by Stephen Joyner, and they are grapevine and resin. And then I believe it's pronounced John Giesel sent me this. Check that out. I'm really excited about this one. I've got each of them assigned to a kit. This one here is a big bin kit, and I had messed up a couple of big bins a while back. What I did is I had the bushings mixed up, so I turned the front and the back opposite, so they're no good. I returned one of them, and then I've got a set of blanks here from both of this kit and the other one. I'm going to turn those down to the tubes. So I've got both of them out in case I mess one up. I can cover myself and turn the other one down. My hope is to get those cleaned up, to get everything cut, drilled, and glued up tonight. If I can do that, that's awesome, because then I can add them to this pile, which just needs to be barrel trimmed, and they'll be ready to go to the lathe. So I've got myself set up with 6 potential blanks. I'm hoping they all turn out. I will video everything, and if it turns out, I'll produce the video. If it doesn't turn out, it depends on, what it is. Is it something I can correct that might be interesting, or was it just a total disaster on my part? That has happened before, trust me. So we'll kind of we'll film it, and then we'll make a decision. And I've already got a video set to come out for you guys this Friday. I'm hoping that these will take care of the next couple of Fridays, which will then buy me time to take a step back and get back on my dust collector. I'd like to get that finished. And so I'm hoping that, you know, these can just come out week after week on Friday mornings. Let's see what else. I think that's all I've got right now. So I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'm gonna get busy hooking these blanks up. Well, gang, it's been a great night. I got those blanks cut. I got them drilled, and the glue is drying as we speak. So the next time I'm out in the shop, don't know when that'll be, hopefully soon, we're gonna be doing a little turning. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let me show you what they look like. I've got everything glued up. They're a little sloppy right now, but that's okay. This one, there we go, it's sticking a little bit. I got glue on the faces of the pencils so that it can soak down in there. It's thin CA on the faces so that it can soak down in and hopefully solidify the wood of the pencils so that they'll turn better. But everything looks good, and everything drilled beautifully. I had cut it all a tiny bit long, so I'll be able to trim that little excess off, and I should have some great blanks to go to the lathe. Next time in the shop, we will be, I don't know if a couple of them I'm going to barrel trim. I think the majority of them I'm going to put on the sander, and I'm going to sand them down. But they have such a long, like maybe a little over between 1/4 and 3/8 of an inch at the end of the blank. I'll probably hit them on the bandsaw first, nick that off, and then go to the belt sander and clean them up. So that won't take long, that won't be bad, and we'll have these things on the lathe before you know it. So that's going to be it for me tonight. That was where I wanted to get to. I'm really happy. I've got 6 blanks ready to turn. I'm hoping out of those 6, I'd love to get 6 videos for you. Don't know if I'll be able to. We're going to try, but we're going to get as many videos as we can for you guys, and I'm going to talk through them and let you give you my impressions and opinions of these materials, and hopefully maybe I can give you some insight that will help you on a future turning. And if we have any issues at all, you can guarantee that I will be attempting to fix them, and hopefully those fixes will be beneficial to you. So hang in there and stay tuned. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you again real soon. Take care, everybody.